So, guys, we're here today with an absolute awesome dude, all-star PFC member, someone who's really been working super hard at getting better, not only running his business and being a champion CO, but really working hard at his sales process. I call him the king of New Kensington. He's also called the sales piranha. Many nicknames. Shawn Whalen. Shawn, before we get into this, why don't you kind of just introduce yourself, who you are, what kind of work you do, where you're located, who you serve, that kind of stuff.
Okay, Shawn Whalen, second generation business owner. I'm out of Pittsburgh, Western PA, Pittsburgh general area. We are a general contractor, but our bread and butter is exterior replacement, siding,
Right.
roofs. That's the whole thing about PFC that's different than the other coaches, because you know that I talked to every freaking contracting business coach there was before I decided to go with PFC. And the thing that sold me was there's a process to everything that you're taught. So you start here, you start at a certain spot, and then when you're ready, you move on to the next one. And then when you get that down, you move on to the next one. And like you said, if you gave me sales right away, I would have had a bigger pile of shit to deal with. I would have more shit jobs if I didn't get the other stuff under control.
You're incredibly confident that what you do, you're really good at, right? Like, you're really good at doing roofs. You're really good at building things. You're really good at doing these projects. Like, that's not the hard part. But you were never confident about selling people on that value, were you, before?
No.
No.
It was always trying to be everything to everybody is first of all, it's a nightmare.
It's impossible. Recipe for disaster.
It's impossible. It's the most stressful thing. I mean, there's a lot of stress owning a business. You could be the best freaking business owner in the world and you're still going to be stressed out, but it reduces it to a manageable level.
And how much time do you got saved you doing that? Like, having that filtering process for leads, just asking those basic questions.
Oh my God. Hours a week. And everybody knows it. Going to, leaving the dinner table, going to try and frantically get another sale, and you go there and it's a $50,000 project and they have 10, and it's just a complete waste of time.
Right. And you feel like an absolute asshole.
Yeah.
Right? To them and to your family. You're like, man, I wasted this guy's time. I wasted my time. My family's pissed off. They're at home. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing to that all is saying no does not piss any of the leads off. No, I mean rarely you're going to get people that are impossible to please, but they're like, thank you for not wasting my time. I'll appreciate it. Here's a list of people we refer to do that type of work that you're saying. They'll be, they're a better option than me.
So when you got that job, right, when we talked about that, I gave you those strategies. I know that was a big thing for you. What really changed for you when you got into that neighborhood and you saw how those rich people operated? What was it that made you go, oh shit, this is the next level, or this is the game we're in?
Well, for one thing, they were motivated by what other people were doing. And that blew my mind, because I buy just what I need, right? For the most part anyways. And I was like, and I was talking to people that didn't need new roofs. I was like, your roof, I'm thinking your roof only looks like it's about 15 years old. You probably got 20. Yeah, but it's got stains all over it.
They're making up reasons why they need a new roof.
What's that?
They're making up reasons why they need a new roof.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly. And then I started to realize, okay, like you said, when I went over that quote, when we went over that, and you were like, dude, you could have charged more. And I'm like, dude, you're killing me, man. But then I could, and it was real. And then so that little kick in the teeth, which is what I love about PFC, is they're there to help you when you need to help, right? But when you need a reality check, you get that kick in the teeth that you need. And I like that. I like being shot straight. So you were like, dude, you charge more. I forget how many it was. I think I got 12 leads out of it. And the 8 of them turned into appointments, and I sold 4 of them. So, and every single one of them was a higher margin than the other one.
And that's another thing. Let's talk about that for a second, dude. Is when you don't have a sales process and you just take any and every job, what does that really do to your team? Because I think this is the underlooked thing that guys don't think about. When you throw your guys onto that job and they got to deal with that customer all day, what does that really do to your culture and your morale?
They hate it. And then they become, and then it only takes one guy in your crew to have that back in your mouth, and then that shit is contagious and it spreads. And they hate it, and you can't blame them either. But it's a lot more than just the money. that you're going to make, right? So because you got to keep your crew happy, because without them, you're nothing.
You don't have work. You're not doing it.
You don't have, you can't produce the work that you sell. I don't care how good you are at sales, you got to produce it.
Totally.
And you got to keep your guys happy, and that's probably, I never really thought about that until right now, but that's probably the biggest win of it all. Is my guys are, they're happy most of the time. I mean, they're working a lot right now because I've gotten a lot better at sales, but it's good work. It's profitable work. I'm able to give them bonuses whenever it gets produced. For the most part, the clients are good people, or they're good clients anyways.
Right?
Yep.
And we have no idea the cost of that in our business, right? The overhead, the break even, right? The cash flow.
I didn't know what any of that was. I didn't know what a break even, you know what I mean? I had no idea. I was like, what do you mean? I got, there's money in the bank account, but it's not what it should be. I remember the first time, my first session with you, and you were like, yeah, that's good that you have money, but you should have way more from what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, here we go.
So you're making 30% net on roofs, like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. And when you joined PFC, did you think that was like even like guys, you probably thought that was insane, right?
I was averaging, and I didn't even know this until I joined PFC, and I had to look at my, with the financial coach, look at my numbers, and I was like, I don't even want to do it. I'm scared to even do it. But I did. I was about 12 to 14, and it was all over the place. Like, there was no consistency in it. So literally more than doubled it.
Doubled your profit. Not bad. Okay. Pretty good.
Nope.
Okay. So worth the time you had to put in to learn the numbers, right?
Probably the best thing that I did was was get a control of the numbers.